Alrighty guys, our first big update here for the open beta for Palia has arrived. Now the very first thing coming in this update is a new quest line that is going to extend the story. It says, prior to this patch, the main story would have ended just as you chosen a ship. However, we have added a new quest called the Acceptance Ceremony for you to continue the journey. Please enjoy this special area and cutscene that we have prepared, as you are fully welcomed as a resident to the Camilla village. And I guess this is where I add the late spoiler warning, because I myself have not gotten to this point in the storyline. So nevertheless, we at least know we get additional story mode after we pick our individual ship. And now, speaking of quests, they are officially adding Found Item Quest. While exploring Palia, you can then stumble upon items that will trigger a start of a quest. They all have various start requirements, so see if you can collect them all. Okay, I like this a lot actually, because in Palia, it's all about the exploration process, so you really want to make sure that you are rewarding players for, doing a lot of exploration, and this obviously will be that ticket, because by doing the exploration, you could find one of these items, which then will obviously spark a quest and potentially give you a reward at the end. Now, the next big thing coming in this update is they are adjusting experience rates. It says the rate that experience is earned for various skills have been adjusted. We have increased the experience gained from fishing and mining across the board, and then foraging experience has been adjusted. You will now get less experience from picking up gatherables, but they have then doubled the experience gained from chopping wood in return. And to be honest, I'm okay with these changes, because I really do enjoy fishing in Palia, but the experience just nowhere near is as good as some of the other skills that you can partake in. So 100% I'm going to be welcoming this change. Now, the next thing they've added, and this one is going to be added to the Zeki's Wondrous Machine that you guys have to use those lucky coins for, where it gives you one of those little lucky balls, and then you can pop it open and get a random item of sorts. It says 4 items from the Valley Sunrise set have officially been added to the lucky ball via Zeki's Wondrous Machine. We have the Valley Sunrise Bed, the Valley Sunrise Vase, the Valley Sunrise Side Table, and the Valley Sunrise Chandelier. It says, as a reminder, the lucky coin is given as a daily promotion for buying anything from Zeki's General Store every single day, and it resets every 24 hours real life time. And in addition to the text, I also have this image here that does show all 4 of the individual items. Once again, these are just going to be spawning purely at random via these lucky balls in Zeki's General Shop, utilizing the Wondrous Machine. Now for the holy grail that I know a lot of players are most excited about, and that is introducing pets to Palia officially. It says pets have arrived in Palia, ready to provide companionship by following you throughout your adventure. Our first pet will be an adorable pal cat, available as a bonus add-on with the purchase of Palia coins. The addition of pets is something that we wanted to add at the start of the beta, but we needed a bit more time to add. Please think of this as a thank you to the players who have supported us thus far. The Pal Cat comes in 4 different options. The Sandy Pal Cat is available at one-time purchase bonus for purchasing any amount of Palia coins. The Nocturnal Pal Cat, the Island Pal Cat, and the Snowy Pal Cat all unlock together once you have accumulated a grand total of 3,000 Palia coins purchased. Additionally, it says we are also making these bonuses retroactive for all players who have already spent any money prior to this official update. It does not matter if the coins are still in your wallet or if you have already spent them on some sort of outfit. It says the Pal Cat is going to be yours. You can find and equip unlocked pets in your wardrobe alongside other cosmetics. And in addition, guys, we get to take a look at the awesome images here showing all 4 of the brand new Pal Cats. Starting on the top left, we have the Sandy Pal Cat. The top right, we have the Nocturnal Pal Cat. The bottom left, we actually have the Island Pal Cat. And then the bottom right, we have the Snowy Pal Cat. You already know that I'm going to own all 4 of these Pal Cats right off of the bat. I really dig all of their designs. Now, in addition to the Pal Cats being added into the game, we're also getting 3 new sets in the premium store. The very first one brings us into the Spa Day Bundle. The Spa Day Bundle will consist of the Unwind outfit, the Snooze outfit, and the Hibernate outfit. Each one of them will cost 850 Palia coins, or you can spend 1,700 Palia coins to purchase the full bundle. And now the second set that's introduced is going to be the Builder Bundle. We have the Skyscraper outfit, the Log Cabin outfit, and the Treehouse outfit. Each one of these outfits will cost 1,275 Palia coins, or you could buy the entire bundle with all 3 sets for 2,549 Palia coins. And then last but not least, we have the Rough Ruffled Red and Goat bundle. Once again, it consists of 3 different outfits. The very first one is the Uptown outfit, the second one is the Moorland outfit, and then the third one is the Capital outfit. Each one of these outfits will cost 850 Palia coins, and if you want to buy the entire bundle, it'll cost you 1,700. Now, although all 3 of these sets aren't really for me, it doesn't really fit my style, I do think they actually look really, really good, and the costume designer does a really good job, in my opinion, by sticking true to the Majari theme when it comes to these overall skins. Not only that, it does look like the price has come down on some of these skins compared to the other ones we already have in the premium shop. You guys let me know your thoughts down below about these individual ones and which one of these are your actual favorite. So now diving into some of the quality of life changes we can see happening right now in the game. The first one brings us to Kilima Village. These are going to be some of the adjustments we'll notice. The first one is they have increased the frequency at which clay spawns substantially. They have reduced the density of forgeable items across Kilima. They have decreased the spawn density of hunting creatures a bit in Kilima for a better hunting experience. They have reduced the density of insects across Kilima so that they are less concentrated in certain locations. And then last but not least, they have increased the number of fishing hotspots in the Mirror Pond ruins. Okay, not bad. So we did get some nerfs here and there, but I don't think overall it's going to be that big of a deal. Obviously, we got to jump in the game and check out these nerfs for ourselves to see how much, a slightly reduction actually is. But overall, we can be honest with ourselves and state that, yeah, the spawn rates were a little bit bonkers when it came to Camilla Village compared to something like Bahari Bay, and there was a lot of little hoarded sections where you could farm out a lot of one specific resource. So nevertheless, it looks like they're trying to do an overall balance when it comes to finding all things in the game. Next up, we have the Bahari Bay adjustments. It says they have fixed the number of heat root spawn points that were inaccessible. They have reduced the density of forge spawning on the beach. They have slightly reduced the forge spawning in the meadows. They have sharply increased the forage spawning in the forest. They have added several more locations for foliage, insect, hunting creatures, and mining nodes to less populated areas. They have moderately increased the iron spawn rates across the zone, and then they have increased the number of fishing hotspots in the Pavel mines. It says, we will continue evaluating the ability and distribution of resources in future patches. Thank you to everybody who has given us feedback on this matter. Once again here, I don't think anything is too game breaking. It looks like they're just doing a lot, like an overview of just rebalancing, making sure that you can find things in all different areas in the map, and that there's not just some areas where they're just strictly stripped from anything and other areas where they're like hot spots where everything is just pretty much gathering. They want to make sure that you have a equal experience across the board in both of the zones for Kilima and Bahari Bay. Obviously, we got to jump into the game and test it out for ourselves just to see how good this feels or how bad it potentially feels. Next up, we have some additional UI changes. The very first one is items in your inventory will automatically snap to the first available empty slot when dragging it into the inventory or storage. Additionally, here the UI for the modification bench window has also been improved. And then they do add a little tip here that says in the window, you can actually rotate the furniture preview for a 360-degree view of the new look, which again is really, really handy, especially if you are utilizing the modification bench on your individual pieces of furniture. Following this up, they have added an ability when you're in the H menu on your housing plot, you can now rotate the camera. They are really hoping that this does help out players, giving them more control when decorating their housing plot. Next up, they have you can now sell related items from browsing guild shops. For example, Enar's fishing store will be able to accept any fish that you wish to sell, and Hodori's mining store will be able to accept any ores and ingots. Ooh, this one is a big one. You know how many times I've ran up to these random guild leaders for the individual skills and even tried selling their own items related to that skill to them, and you just simply can't do it. So you either have to run all the way back to the shipping bin, or if you're out and about talking to these NPCs, it's probably closer to run to Zeki's general shop to then sell directly from there. This is going to make things a lot easier for us players when it comes to selling items. Next up, we have insect catching. Smoke bombs now have an area of effect. We wanted to make it a little bit more forgiving when aiming at insect targets, so now smoke bombs will explode on impact in a small AoE. This means it is now possible to catch multiple bugs with just one bomb if they are close enough in range. And this is another W here for the developers, man. I'm absolutely excited about this one because sometimes catching those bugs, it looks like you might have hit it perfectly, but it just obviously rolls sails right past them. So utilizing this area of effect feature hopefully will allow us to net a lot more insects. Not only that, it might even make the insect bug catching even more valuable and lucrative when it comes to generating gold. Additionally, it says the amount for various items you can request have been adjusted. We have noticed some items had request amounts that were too high to fulfill easily, so the requirement has been lowered to make it easier to fulfill these requests. Likewise, worms and glowworms can now be requested at higher amounts. Additionally, they have added animation canceling to certain items. It says while this was partially in the game, we have fleshed this out to be a fully supported feature. Foraging, chopping, and mining animations can all be canceled instead of needing to wait for the animation to complete. Now, diving into some of the bug fixes, typically I would not read all of this, but I do think that all of these things have some sort of effect on players out here in the community for Palia, specifically, at least at the current state of the game. Diving into the first one, messages now send as expected in the server chat after moving between servers. Additionally, players no longer lose axe and pick durability if striking a tree or node that is too high a level for your tools. Additionally, you can now access your lockbox storage chest. VFX no longer appears red on the fishing poles south of Mirror Fields in Bahari Bay. Fish away there all you want to now. Additionally, there is no longer a floating tassel, or as many of you thought, a broom on the front deck outside of the general store. You will be missed Jerry the Broom. Insects are now able to be caught when hit with the smoke bomb to a much higher success rate. Fix the ability to expand storage beyond the intended limits through the use of multiple housing plots. The limit of 8 chests should extend across all plots. And that one is a big one. A lot of players were exploiting this to their advantage to just get a crazy amount of storage stash. Mountain morel mushrooms no longer disappear from the player's housing plot after they relog or leave their plot. They fix various experiences that occurred when switching from windowed full screen to other window modes. The server sync button will now work when players are on the exact same map, but on different servers. The huntable creatures should no longer randomly disappear. They fixed an issue with Tish, Ashura, Delilah, Eshi, and Gina teleporting to their target location instead of walking. The EQ object rotation is now functioning in the H menu top-down mode as intended, and then the tent can now be picked up properly and no longer triggers the need to pick up all interior decoration error message, which occurred even if there was no decorations inside. And once again, I think this is a massive W from the Singularity 6 devs themselves. Man, they have done a really good job with maintaining everything across the board. One, sticking true to the 2-week update notice. We're already getting new additional stuff being added into the game that players have requested. In 3 here, they're literally playtesting the game themselves. It shows through obviously all the bug fixes and things that they are adding. And last but not least here, they're listening to players' feedback and actively making those changes that we want. So 100% kudos to you guys for doing all of that. I'm really excited to jump in here and test this out for myself. And not only that, get my hands on one of those Pal Cats. You guys let me know what your thoughts are down below on the entire patch notes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Palia related. And with that being said, as always, guys, I'll see ya on the next one.